rolled off the bed. He's only a 20-pound little guy. He was like just looking up. And I only so I like rolled my ankle over fast and I was just gonna kill him. And I just fell to the floor and broke my foot. So
I now call the meeting of Carbon County Board of Commissioners to order. Please rise for a moment of silence, a prayer, and pledge of allegiance. Loving Father, help us remember the birth of Jesus, that we may share in the song of the angels and the gladness of the shepherds. Close the door of hate and open the doors of love all over the world. Let kindness come from every gift and good desires with every greeting. Deliver us from evil by the blessings which Christ brings. May the Christmas morning make us happy to be thy children, with grateful thoughts and forgiving for Jesus' sake. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of constituting the accuracy of written minutes. Tapes are reused, eliminating recorded records of these proceedings. Approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held December 16th, 2021.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes. Are there any guests concerning county business? Yes, sir. State your name.
Jerry Hoare, H-O-A-R-E, Gibfoot. Yeah, a brief question. I was on the state's website looking at the reports for the county children and youth services agencies. And but the latest report they had was in October, for October 25th. And I wanted to know whether we still have a provisional license or a conditional license for the state's, for operating the state's agency. And there were more violations, repeat violations, than just staffing. And so I wanted to get an update where we stand and how the funding with the state is going.
Well, we do have a settlement agreement with the state on the issues. We are out of the provisional license. We do have a license, at least for now. We have been making tremendous improvements in that office with basically staffing levels, retention of keeping some of the people there in that office. Yeah, there's always picking up on mistakes. I don't recall the last report we had. We've had one since October, though, I'm sure, after the inspection and the agreement. But things are improving there. We're getting there a little at a time. We still have a dire need for additional space, and that's why we're not able to move some of the offices into the 44 building like we had wanted to. We moved the fiscal part into that building. But as far as the budget-wise, it's over $2 million that we're waiting to receive from the state. I guess there's various reasons. We had a resignation of our fiscal person that went to another county. We have another person working on it. That, and there's, from what I understand, there's state computer issues as well. Likewise, with the aging department, they had a computer glitch in the state level, and they're owed money. At last I heard, I think that was $75,000 or something like that. But that's where we're right now. The invoices, I think, have all been submitted, and a lot of times these invoices are coming from providers, the healthcare or the placement we have for the children throughout the court system. You know, the daycares or specialized treatment for juveniles and that. So. That's where we stand right now. We're still waiting to hear.
And I think we won't really know until like partway into the year. Like we actually amended it to get more money, with all the, with the new employees that we want to hire. So we probably won't know until January, February on what the state is going to give us. So, I mean, we're submitting everything we can, and hopefully we'll find out within the first 2 months of, January, February.
Yeah, Jerry, that agreement in principle or settlement is also really the framework for a plan of action that is actually already well underway. So we're moving in anticipation of, that going from simply in principle to fully acknowledged by both.
How did we get here? How did we get to this point?
How did we? I think various reasons. I don't want to get into personnel issues. We did have the shortage of personnel, a large turnover. We were losing a lot of our experienced people to other counties. Northampton, I think, was the biggest one that was taking our employees. Lehigh County as well. It seemed like we were getting the employees, training them, and then move on. And a lot of those people that were leaving from that agency were from the valley to begin with. So I don't know what their requirements are for hiring in Lehigh or Northampton County. Maybe they require so many years of experience before they even hire. But we're desperate, I would say, that as soon as the people that have applied through civil service, it's a civil service job, and that's another issue that we face in the hiring process. Could take up 2 to 3 months just to hire someone if there's anyone on the list. And I've been complaining about civil service here, and then, gentlemen sitting here with me know how much I complain about that, even with the State Department of Health and that, or Human Services, I'm sorry. I complain about it all the time, and I complain to our legislators. The system really sets us back in trying to hire someone. If we could just advertise locally and hire, it'd be a lot quicker for us. But that's part of the reason, the hiring process, the turnover going elsewhere, pay, of course, so a lot of issues.
Jerry, I'd say one word: leadership. And I think if you go back 18 months and look at the positive changes that have taken place, they're notable. Now a lot of things were uncovered once some leadership changes took place at lower levels. But that leadership change helped uncover a lot of the problems that ODP and the state brought to light and brought to attention. And I truly believe the trend is moving in a very positive direction, and has been, I think, since the leadership change took place at the lower level.
Yeah, I didn't want to get into that.
Yeah,
issue,
but it's in the paper. I mean, it was, it's a fact.
Definitely, leadership has really even changed the morale
Yeah.
in that office a big time.
Mhm.
It's important to note that a lot of times people leave because of leadership, and the things that were being done in that office that or should have been done and weren't being done. So, and I think we had a personality conflict with the former leadership there with the Northeast Regional Office.
Right.
That didn't help matters at all.
Thanks for posting the agenda on the commissioner's website. And also, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Likewise, Chair.
Are there any other guests concerning county business? Okay, none? Okay, at this time I want to call on Gene Papay. We recently had why don't you explain the project here in the county?
Project, yeah.
So, I want to thank President Judge Nanovic and Chairman Commissioner Wayne Notstein. My office staff, we were having a conversation one day, and Barb Miller, who's been here for many, many years, said, we used to decorate the doors around the holiday, and it was so much fun. And I'm like, really? Why did we stop? She goes, I have no idea. So I said, I think we need to do something like this to get back into the spirit, bring everybody together and start working a morale, like you said, team building, fun activity throughout the county. So when I approached President Judge, he was like, let's do that. Came over to Commissioner Wayne Notstein, and he, of course, jumped right on board. Great ideas. So we put it out there, and we had the door decorating contest. And I must say, I'm very excited. We have 42 offices here in Carbon County, and 32 of them participated. So that was huge success that way. Everyone was all excited for the first time in a long time that we did it. But first of all, I want to do all my thank yous. Photography by Lynn Shook. She came out. When I called her and I'm like, I need pictures of these doors. Are you willing to help? She's like, of course, I'm there. So she's always willing to do stuff for the community. And she's like, oh, I said, how much do you want? No charge. We're doing this, she said it was a lot of fun. The IT department, your guys are phenomenal. I, call them, I'm like, we wanna get this on the county webpage. It's nice to see something other than stuff on the county, something fun on the county webpage, put it that way. So they jumped on board, built it, and had them all, pictures up there with no problem. My staff, of course, taking this on, led to a lot of phone calls and additional little bit of work, but they said it was so much fun, so, wanna thank them as well. And then, of course, all the offices that participated, it was just totally awesome. And to see the doors, it was just, I have to say, my favorite was archives. I don't know, like, so when the doors are posted, you don't know who they were with just numbers. But they had the cutest, it was simple, but the cutest idea. They took a Mr. and Mrs. Snowman and put a picture of a snowflake for the baby picture. I was
yeah,
like,
I did
how
see
cool
that.
is that? It was like so neat. The DA's office did a snow globe that literally blew up. They had a mechanical there. The thing blew up. They had lights inside of it. I mean, just all the way through. I had the treasurer's office. Did a money tree, and I said, that's a great idea. It goes with the treasurer's office. They're like, did you look at the money? I'm like, no, didn't say. Wasn't that neat? So they put Ron's picture in the middle, and then they put in Ron We Trust. I'm like, all of it was just amazing. So we had all the employees vote. So that's how we found out who our winners were. So we're gonna announce that now. We did post the door numbers, but some don't know whose doors are whose. So door number 6 was the sheriff's office, and they did the Grinch theme and put all their little sheriffs and elves, which was very, very, very cute. The Register of Wills, my door, we did the nativity scene. So Judge Surface was door 8, and they did a beautiful snowman. And the county administration office, door number 24, they did a mailbox. So it was really neat. The votes came in. All the offices were very close. This was not like a huge landslide. We actually had a tie. That's why we have 4 doors instead of the 3. And then the elected officials, didn't get to talk to everyone. I got a couple of them that said, we'll trip in to buy lunches for the winning doors. So the people who won will be getting a lunch from the elected officials. So again, thank you. The morale was great. It was neat walking around the courthouse and the people just chatting about their doors, hiding their ideas. No one's gonna know what we're doing till it's up on the doors. And they were like, oh, during our lunch we were making this, and during our lunch. So it was just a neat team building, fun event, and I think that the buildings look awesome.
Well, thank you, Jean, for that idea,
Yes.
for taking charge of that and putting it out there and posting it. Getting it on the website, public can see that, I think, and a lot of times the pictures don't do it justice.
Yes.
It really, when you get up front and are able to see those doors, it makes a difference, and I would invite you gentlemen to, when you go out the back, just look at the post office door here, where somebody said, gave the idea, said one thing on a Tuesday about being a post office, that's where the mail clerk is. By Thursday afternoon, they made the decorations at home and put it on in the car, Christmas cards and everything, and the next day, or Thursday, it was done already, and some of the fantastic ideas and ingenuity and just different things. It was a good team builder, like you say, and a good morale booster, and we need to find more projects such as that.
Yes. So thank you.
Thanks, sir. I thank everyone for participating. I know some of them that didn't participate were in the process of moving and everything, and didn't really have much time to do anything, but thanks. Okay. Any other guests concerning county business? Hearing none, we'll move on.
Report of executive sessions held?
There was one executive session held on December 21st at 10:15 a.m. for litigation. Again at 10:30 a.m. for personnel. Again on December 21st at 3:30 p.m. for personnel. Wednesday, December 22nd at 10 a.m. for personnel as well.
Budget transfers?
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
There were no supplemental appropriations. Approval of payroll checks number 74074 through 74100 and direct deposit check numbers 6037-223 through 6037-670 for the payroll paid through the payroll fund checking account for all county funds totaling $447. Payroll dated December 17th, 2021.
Motion to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Treasurer's report?
Move to accept.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes. At this time, we'll recess for the salary board meeting. Okay. We'll now reconvene the recess salary board meeting from last week. Are there any guests concerning salary board business? Hearing none, move on. Report of executive sessions. There was one executive session held on December 20th, 2021 at 2 p.m.
Reports?
Good morning. I'd like to make a motion to change one collection coordinator from $13.06 per hour, grade 6, step D, to $13.18 per hour, grade 8, step A, effective December 23rd, 2021.
Second.
Ms.
Yes.
Boney? Mr. Sorocek?
No.
Mr. Honor?
No.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Absolutely yes.
Mr. Notstein?
No. Any further business for the salary board? Hearing none, meeting adjourned. Our next salary board meeting will be on Monday, January 3rd at 2 p.m. for their annual salary board meeting. The swearing in, the swearing in ceremony will be in the courthouse at 10:30 a.m. for the re-elected or newly elected officials at 10:30 a.m. while we're on that subject. Okay? Okay. One.
Did you reconvene?
I'm sorry. Reconvene the commissioner meeting.
Personnel report for county departments?
Motion approved.
I think Mark got off the call.
Yes. Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Acknowledgement for courts and row offices?
Move to acknowledge.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Correspondence as listed, copies made available to the press upon request. Administration Building for approval and execution. Proposal from Weatherproofing Technologies Incorporated of Beechwood, Ohio, to perform a nuclear scan on the EPDM sections of the Administration Building to identify wet insulation areas for a total cost of $3,190. Proposal includes updated recommendations given upon completion of nuclear scan, pending receipt of certificate of insurance.
Motion approved and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
For approval and execution, a proposal was received from Diefendorfer Electric Contractors of Allentown, Pennsylvania, to rewire the administration building for a total cost of $19,400, which is the lowest of 3 quotes received, pending receipt of certificate of insurance.
Motion approved and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Adult probation for approval, award of funding in the amount of $60,640 from the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency for the continuing county adult probation and parole grant for the term July 1st, 2021 through June 20th, 2022.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Boards and Authority. For acceptance, a letter was received from Ginny Compton submitting her resignation from the Carbon County Planning Commission effective December 31st, 2021.
Move to accept.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Okay, for JNet and JTAC, for approval and execution, agreement between the county and James Dotson of Summit Hill, Pennsylvania, to oversee and train 2 current sheriff's office employees regarding the countywide JNet and clean operations and all required audits by reporting directly to sheriff or the sheriff's designee. The agreement will be effective December 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Compensation will be $25 per hour, not to exceed 500 hours plus mileage if applicable.
Motion approved and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
For approval and execution, purchase service agreement with Edwards Business System, Wyomissing, Pennsylvania, for one new HP Color LaserJet managed E440DN printer at a cost of $928.22. The printer is located in the Carbon County Commissioner's Office, County Administration Building. Maintenance will be fixed for the first 3 years.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The sheriff's, for,
Colleen,
Municipal
you
planning and
missed
development. The
the
fair housing
planning.
authority.
oh, I'm sorry. For approval, execution, and submission of the fiscal year 2021 Fair Housing Annual Report as required for the Community Development Block Grant and Emergency Solutions Grant Program.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Okay, sheriffs, for approval and execution, contract with Axon Enterprise Incorporated of Scottsdale, Arizona for the purchase of 25 tasers plus supplies for the sheriff's department. The term of the agreement shall be 5 years at a total cost of $68,787.51. The annual payment will be $13,757.51, which is an increase of $3,981.86.
Motion approved and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Solicitor's report?
Thank you. Agency on Aging, for ratification, Area Agency on Aging Administrator has sent a notification informing the county of surrendering of the safe deposit box number 356 at Key Bank of Palmerton due to lack of use within the last 5 years.
Move to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Communications for approval and execution, a request received from Communications Director for a proposal from Radio Maintenance of Reading, Pennsylvania for a catalyst, extended warranty service plus hardware replacement, software, and implementation of THI design. The total cost is $17,179, an increase of $449. The term of the agreement is January 1, 2022 through December 31, 2022.
Motion approved and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Next, on the pharma litigation, there are several settlement participation agreements. So for ratification and execution and submission of the following settlement participation forms concerning the county entering into agreements with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, concerning the allocation of opioid settlements with the Commonwealth. Number one is the Janssen settlement participation form.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The second one is the intrastate allocation participation form.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
And the third one is the distributor settlement participation form.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Summary of those agreements and settlement has been given to the media before the meeting today. So Parks and Recreation, for approval and execution, an agricultural operations agreement between the county and Little Russ Farms of Tamaqua. Little Russ Farms may continue to use certain land within the boundaries of Mock Chunk Lake Park for the purpose of raising crops. The agreement shall be for 3 years, commencing January 7, 2022, ending January 6, 2025, with a review of operations to be made after 2 years, on or before January 6, 2024, to determine if the operations will continue.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Modification of Mock Chunk Lake Park for approval and execution, a modification request to add December 30th, 2021 for the special activities agreement for use of Mock-Chunk Lake Park, which was approved October 7, 2021, for raising the house. The original dates of approval are set out on the agenda.
Move to approve and execute.
Second,
Mr. Honor?
yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Nothing further.
Further business?
Yeah, just real quick on the further business, I mentioned the salary board would be on January 3rd, as well as commissioners meeting at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that week, there will be no meeting on January 6th because we hold it on Monday when the swearing is, and the salary board issues have to be set on day. That's by county code, okay? The other thing, just talk briefly, I guess, a little bit on the pharmaceutical lawsuit that we agreed upon today. Carbon County was one of the many counties that had filed on their own behalf instead of going through the Attorney General's office. There were a lot of counties, I forget the number offhand, probably in 20-some, I believe, counties that decided, as well as a lot of local municipalities had filed suit as well against the pharmaceutical companies. And from the CCAP and Commissioner's perspective, the one of the biggest reasons why was when we had the tobacco settlement many years ago, it was specified in that agreement as to what those funds were to be used for. And at one time, I don't know if Amy's been around here a few longer, I don't know if Kelly was here at the time, but the distribution, the hospitals used to apply for the grants at that time. We still had the Human Health System with both hospitals, or it was still, I think it's before they even merged, when the settlement was, they applied for grants, and they get grant money through the tobacco settlement for various cessation programs, tobacco, etc. DNA, drug and alcohol used to get something, as well as many other organizations used to be applied for the grants through that or the tobacco settlement. With our state, what they had done is cut that off and decided to use that funding on their own, where they wanted to, I would say, offset the funding or their expenses to those various programs. I know the hospitals weren't happy at the time when we talked about filing our own lawsuit against the tobacco settlement. They were afraid they were going to lose the money. And well, lo and behold, I voted to drop it. Then along with Commissioner Earhart, the senior, we dropped it. And guess what? A year or two later, the state decided not to fund those programs. After that, the hospitals begged us to drop it because they were afraid they were going to lose the funding. Well, they lost their funding, and that was one of the main reasons that commissioners throughout the Commonwealth did not trust the state and how those funds would be distributed. In this settlement, the 70% of that settlement, I know the public doesn't have it, so I'll touch on that basically, will go to the counties. We're talking about just over around $1 billion, about $1 billion over an 18-year period for the state of Pennsylvania that's going to be distributed. Now, Carbon shares roughly $4.5 million over 18 years, and there's a whole list of programs, what they can, how they can spend those funds, and where they can't spend it on various programs over that period of time. So that's part of it. Since we were involved in the lawsuit, 15% of that goes to the state. And out of that 15%, the fees that we were paying for the settlement or for the lawsuits that were involved will be paid not by the county or our share of those fundings. It will come out of the state 15% of the funding. The other 15% will go to the other local municipalities for larger police departments in particular, even small, I guess, can apply. There's going to be a lot of coordination and efforts on how to properly spend this funding. We're going to have a abide by the guidelines, what we can spend it on. We'll be working very closely. We'll probably meet next month with the drug and alcohol, where a lot of these expenses have been occurred. There are some other pending lawsuits with like the Purdue family, since they were in bankruptcy. So there are some other lawsuits out there that have not been settled yet. So these agreements that we agreed to today had to be signed by January 2nd. So that's why it's being done today, so we can proceed, get the document signed, and they're already signed and sent to the state, you know, so that we agree to it. To my knowledge, all the other counties, Rocky and I both attended various sessions at CCAP in November, and we talked about the issues, and the people that testified on behalf of the Commissioners Association at the hearings and on the settlements and everything. And like Dauphin County was one of the bigger ones, they're very active in it, and their recommendation as well was to go with the state settlement. So most of the people they needed almost 100% to be able to do it as well. If we would not have settled, even if we were to yard man out, we would have had to continue at our expense for those lawsuits. It would have taken probably another 8-10 years possibly, and not knowing where we would end up with. We could end up owing attorneys for not doing anything or getting anything. So, yeah, we decided it was in the best interest of the counties, and I think most of the county commissioners, there are very few that did not agree upon that, hey, let's get this settled and move on. So, anything else I missed, Dan, or?
No.
Get the basics of it, basically, then.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'd say is, you know, again, this doesn't settle all the litigation, there are other cases out there. And the other thing is, in addition to the base 70%, since Carbon County, by initiating their own litigation, is considered a bellwether county, we will share in the additional 15%. So, again, there will be some additional funds available coming down the road. Everything to be determined.
Okay, that's all I had under further business.
Commissioners report, Commissioner Orr?
I wasn't gonna say too much, but I decided to anyway.
Surprise!
I couldn't get away from it. I just wanna, for the holidays, I just wanna thank everybody here at the county for what they do for the public. We do really appreciate you, and thank you for what you do. And on the personnel report, I'd just like to mention one person here. And his name is Francis Rosino, but it's Frankie. I think Frankie is one of them guys, he's leaving, and you don't know what he does until he left. He's gonna be missed. He makes sure everybody got their paper, everything was right, you know, and he's gonna be, he's gonna be very hard to replace. How long has Frankie been here? What, 42 years? And like everything that he did was just like a robot when he came in. He knew what had to be done here, and like I said, everything down to the paper towels in the bathroom. He did it. Like I said, we're gonna miss him. But I want to wish him lots of luck on his retirement, and I did tell him that already. I just want to go on to like our food distribution in Carbon County. Our food distribution with the Shepherd House and with all the other food banks and if you want to call them soup kitchens or giving dinners, they're phenomenal. We're probably the only ones in the state that are never distressed. If you look at the records, all the other counties are always behind. Ours is not. And I think if we're always looking at championships for basketball and everything, and I wish I could give them the award for the state championship in food distribution. They're phenomenal. Going on to our dog shelter. Last week I reported a little bit on it. We had, within the last 2 weeks, $4,834 that was donated. And a lot of that, a lot of the donations doesn't even reflect on the monetary items. I mean, I don't think we've paid for dog food in years. You know, there's always donations like that, paper towels, whatever. And I want to thank the public that what they've done for the dog shelters or for our dog shelter. And I think we got to be proud of it that we're one of the ones in the state that is a no-kill dog shelter. I mean, and that's what people are looking for. And in that money, there was a Paul Cotner and Sandy Cotner that gave $334. There was another one, Joanne Deere and Mark Deere, that gave $500. There was an Erica Deere Durr and Joanne Durr that gave another $500, and there was Summit Shielding Incorporated that gave $1,500, and there was also Bert Holtzman that gave $2,000. So thank you to everybody, and I mean not to the media. I think even last night Alyssa had it on the news that she was very thankful that she had the commissioners to, you know, that we always gave them the answers. And I'm hoping that, like I said, I think we tried and our best to give everybody the answer. And you know, and it's a tough job up here. It might look like we don't agree on things all the time, but it comes to them, and that's how it goes. And I'm hoping to look forward to a real good future next year. So thank you, everyone.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yeah, I'll bring the press's attention and the public's attention to correspondence. It was the fourth item that was mentioned from Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection. It is recommending that Mock Chunk Creek and Long Run to be designated to a high-quality cold weather fishery and migratory fishery. Those both are currently CWF and MF. So again, it's taken it to the next level. And there's a 30-day comment period that opened on 11 December. You know, but what's the so what? Well, it's about the designation of HQCWF, increases the protection for these waterways, such as stricter discharge for future development. No surprise, you know, current development is grandfathered. So I bring the press's and public attention to the effects of special protection designation. Then I'd ask everyone to go back and look at the minutes for the 21 September Planning Commission meeting that talks about potential development within 0.17 miles of Mock Chunk Creek, as we refer to it as, and Mock Chunk Lake. It is also being under consideration by the borough of Jim Thorpe, which equity is a water source, drinking water source. For the county, it's the recreational activities from boating, fishing, swimming that Mock Chunk Lake Park provides. So kind of connect the dots and please look into this, because it is an important matter, because we want to continue to protect our natural environment, and we all refer often to the return on environment. And again, this adds a potential increased level of protection, you know, for our waterways.
I would add one thing on that.
Yep.
It is floodwater protection as well.
Yeah.
For rural Jim.
Yeah, absolutely. Secondly, you know, Carbon County GIS tends to be the center of innovation for technology in Carbon County, right? Jason and Fran are always taking that technology to the next level, almost on a weekly, if not a monthly basis at least. They're taking ArcGIS to the next level. But recently, though, we saw purchasing move to PennBid, again, leveraging technology. But I wanted to highlight what I saw popped up last night on the Carbon County Sheriff's page. And I had to look about 10 times to ensure it wasn't Carbon County, Utah, Montana, right, or other three Carbon counties. And Carbon County Sheriff's Office is going to host its first ever online sheriff sale via Bid for Assets on January 12th. So I'd ask the press to look into that, because again, it's great to see that particular office and others, you know, leveraging technology and maximizing what's out there. And likewise from Rocky, and I'm sure Wayne, you know, best of luck to Frankie, because he is a staple here every morning as we come in. And thanks, Frankie, for all you have done for nearly 4 decades. And lastly, Merry Christmas to everyone. That's all I have.
can't go without saying something about Frankie. Frankie, I've worked with him for 22 years here, and Frankie has nothing but a heart of gold. I don't think there's one employee in this county would not tell you the same thing. Frankie, he came into work, he did his job, he had his routine, he was always pleasant. If asked to do something, he would do it almost immediately, and if possible, if not, he'd get it done. He never questioned what he had to do. He was just one of those employees that was a joy to be around, and I think maybe a lot of people took advantage of Frankie for that kindness that that man had in his heart. He was just one of those people that we will miss. So that's not to say we don't have other good employees, as pointed out with GIS and many, many other departments. We have a lot of great employees that are well deserving of additional salaries. We know that. And a lot of them realize our predicament we're in here in the county as well. And I think I just barely caught part of it. I guess we're not the only ones suffering from employment. I think it was Wayne County, and I think he said they have 30 openings in Wayne County that they're having trouble getting employees and retaining employees. So we're all suffering the same thing. But to all those employees that were here, especially during the pandemic over the last 2 years, that sat here in their offices getting paid less than those people sitting at home on their butts that don't want to go back to work today yet. Those are our community heroes, in my opinion. They're the ones that came in no matter what. They did what they had to do. They did as much as they could do with the short staff because some were legitimately out. We get that. And we continue to have those issues today with, the COVID protocol and exposures and having to close offices and not getting some things that our employees that are here have been stepping up to the plate. They do what they can. They've been staying extra hours, working extra time, and with little or no thanks for compensation. So thank you to those people. I appreciate it. To Jerry and the gentlemen that come almost weekly in that, I appreciate your questions and the fact that you even went on the website and looked at children and youth and inquired to how we got there and where we're at. I appreciate those comments or questions, and I think it's the greatest opportunity for us to explain to the public, such as yourself, and I'm sure there's many, many others out there that need to know that information, but thank you for those questions and your support here, I would say, coming to the commissioners' meeting. You come, you ask questions to get the facts, and that's good. Other than that, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a happy, healthy, prosperous New Year, praying for the end to this madness with the COVID. I'm sure we're going to see a spike in a few weeks after the holidays, like we did after Thanksgiving, and suffering now, and getting into the holidays now with Christmas and then New Year's. Please be safe out there, follow safety protocols, and wash your hands often, and avoid the major crowds. But Merry Christmas, stay healthy, and we'll see you next week. Thank you. Meeting adjourned. Okay. Since you're leaving too.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh yeah, when you get married, you're done.
Wow, holy crap. No, I'm applying for Frankie's job.
I don't know.
I don't know if you can keep up with that pace.
I have a laundry list of stuff to ask. First off, with children and youth and Mr. Hoare's comments as far as when did we move out of conditional license and into a more stable environment with that?
It was around October, November.
Yeah, it's
November. I think it was
No,
November.
it was, October.
Yeah.
By the end of October.
Yeah.
Right around that time.
End of October.
I haven't followed up with that. I guess that's a bit of a relieving feeling to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But
Yeah, well, I would say
But
so.
with that settlement, there's a lot of things we have to do yet, and I'll tell you what, the staff they're at morale, like, Mr. Lukasevich had, talked about the leadership. That makes a lot of difference. And, the people are more willing to go out of their way and help you when you have good leadership. And, the people know we're trying to improve things, their conditions, and especially with hiring people, hiring a full-time attorney, because that's a person they have to go to make sure their decisions are right. They've got tough decisions to make. Do we leave them in a home, or do we take them out of home? They're damned if they do and damned if they don't. They have to make that right decision, because if they don't take them out and something happens, we're in trouble. So, again, there's just a lot of those different offices, and hiring more staff is taking some of the workload and pressure off of those people, and better training. We try to make sure they're fully trained and experienced before they're out there by themselves.
And you know what, and I even think, like, I think Jerry brought it up, like he might have seen other infractions or whatever. And I think every county across the state has the same thing.
They do.
And we actually put it out there that actually the forms that they have to fill out have to be updated. Because sometimes you get an infraction and it's like maybe something that shouldn't even be in the form that should have been changed. So that, you know, when you look at that, I mean, I think our biggest thing is we want to take care of the kids, and there's no like them near-death fatalities. You know, that's what our concern is. And I think just get away from some of this paperwork where you just didn't cross the T and they violate you. So I think it's something for next year that they're going to have to work on them forms at the state level also.
And that was one of the major issues that came up before near-death and child endangerment, where they felt our children and youth did not act properly, that they didn't put them in a placement. Well, the child was in the hospital in a safe environment, but yet we get cited for not protecting that child. So, you know, it's a lot of gray area when they are issuing some of the citations. These kids, those people, the one person in particular, he was never a caseworker, so they don't know. I mean, how do you know what it's like in the street? You're second guessing the decision. And our caseworkers, if they have any questions, they can call their supervisors. That's why we have one supervisor for every 5 caseworkers. And then we have a caseworker supervisor, you know. So, yeah, they review it with the department head. You know, so there's 2 or 3 in people, or maybe even 4 when you talk about the solicitor and everyone else that are consulted before they make a lot of these decisions. So they don't take the decisions lightly.
Chris, I would just ask if you could keep me updated by email with Mock Chunk Lake Park. I'd like to follow up with that. I'll be running a story on that today. But as far as next action, do you know kind of where the DEP goes from here? As far as you said, there's a public comment for the next 30 days.
Right, then there'll be another period before they actually implement the designation.
Okay. Do you have any idea when that will be?
No, but I can get you the point of contact, Mark, up there at DEP.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. As far as the, is it January 1st or January 2nd at 10:30, the reorganizational?
Well, 10:30 is the swearing in of the re-elected and county offices.
And that's January 3rd.
January 3rd, 10:30. The afternoon at 2 p.m. will be the commissioners meeting and annual salary board meeting.
Okay. Then my last question with this opioid settlement, Wayne, there's, you said these, the settlement money can only be used for certain programs. Is there a list that you've been given already?
It's all in that packet.
Okay, I didn't get that. I'll get one eventually.
No, Amy gave it to you.
Oh, she did give it to you. Then I
here
put
it
it
is
down
up on
somewhere
the
like I
front.
lose everything else. Okay. Happy holidays, C's. Thank you. Oh,
Yeah, right, I think yours is right there.
Go ahead, you finished?
yeah, I'm finished. But I see you got a
Do you
little.
want to introduce the gentleman you brought in with you today?
Oh yeah, I apologize. No, I am not as well. That's Preston Erler. He's going to be our new reporter in Pike County and Wayne County.
Oh, that's right.
He's been with me the past 2 weeks, me and Alyssa. I'm just showing him the craziness.
And they send him with
First thing he
you.
said was, "They do this every week." I said, "Yeah." I said, "That's why they don't sleep." No. So yeah, that's Preston Erler, reporter up in Milford. And that's all I have. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
Wayne's
think you're
thrilled.
next today. Thank you, Kelly.
Hello.
Amy?
May I have a copy of the correspondence that Commissioner Lucas had spoke about with regards to the DEP thing? And also, with regards to that settlement for children and youth, I know I have been asking a few times, has that been signed and sent back from the state yet?
I don't think so.
No, I think that's why I said in principle, because we haven't gotten the state signed copy back, and they were the ones who were pushing us so hard
Yeah.
to get it signed,
Yeah.
right?
Seems like,
Yeah.
That's right, I think we had to have it signed by
Yeah,
October.
yeah, we
31st.
send it immediately.
On the 30th.
Yeah.
This is what we deal with all the time.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we send it like 5 minutes after we approved it.
And we're still waiting for the money. I don't care about the contract, they'll send us $2 million.
And that is all I have. Merry Christmas, everyone, and I will see you next week.
Okay, thank you.
That's this one, right?
Yes.
Wait, one more thing. I'm
Oh.
kidding.
You
I understand
decided.
that's why he's going to the reason he's going up the pike, he met Rocky. So
I'll work
Too many-
elsewhere.
Hey, I'm the only one that questions the media, right?
Oh, likewise, Dan. Likewise.